Francis Marion just beat Mount Olive in 3 overtimes, 103-102. So here's your starters for Francis Marion. That's Jakes Jr., Rollins, Beamer, Gilmore Jr., and Numeros, the junior from the Czech Republic. Francis Marion is extremely athletic. Rollins, Beamer, and Gilmore Jr., those are the 3 to watch. Patriots have several key role players, but Rollins averages 15 a game, Beamer 21 a game, Gilmore Jr. nearly 15 a game. So those are the 3 that you want to keep an eye on for Francis Marion today. Let's take a look at the lineup for King. Pretty normal group here. Pocknett, Turner, Akal, Cullen, and Beasley. Obviously, Pocknett and Cullen, the 2 freshmen that have played a big role. Kenny Turner is starting to heat up a little. Points to 5 different teams. So walking into this game, if you're King, you see this as a potential game you can maybe grab here at home. So we'll see how it goes. Cullen off to a good start as he goes in, and Turner cleans it up. And just like that, less than 10 seconds into the ball game, King grabs 2 points, and Francis Marion's already making a change as they send Watara to the scores table. So already head coach Jake Zender wanting to make a change here against what King has brought out. So King an early lead. This is Jake's kick to the corner. Rollins, and a 3 goes for him with the highlighter shoes there. We're going to be able to see him out of our peripheral vision the entire game with those shoes on. Patriots up 3-2 early. Pocknett airmails one into the stands looking for a call, and Jordan can only smile. And now Beamer checks out. The leading scorer for Francis Marion checks out of the game as Watara checks in for him. So an interesting move there by Jake Zender, and a foul called on Jordan Akal as Rollins brings the ball up the floor. So we'll see. One of the things we're going to be watching today is the total points here. With the way Francis Marion scores the ball, it wouldn't be a shock to see them up in the 90s. King doesn't really like to play up in the 90s, so we'll see whose style kind of wins out. King would much rather play a 70-80 kind of game, as a 3 goes for Jakes Jr. along the far side, and he gives a stare to the King bench behind him. And already you can kind of see the stories coming to fruition as Pocknett finds an easy 2. Francis Marion's going to make baskets, but they're going to give them up too. This could be a high-scoring game, folks. Here's Numeros, and he's out of bounds. Stepped his heel right on the blue line here beside us. So 6-4, and now Beamer right back in the game. The Patriots ended King's season last year in the conference tournament. Actually got to travel down and watch that game as a spectator last year when down at Converse University. King lost that one 100-80. So certainly some of these King players remember that game as Beasley's teardrop goes down, and we're tied at 6. Beamer, front court, 3, got it. Again, points. Points, points, points. That's what we're expecting in this game. A call lines up a 3. More points, 9-9. Francis Marion and Mount Olive, their game on Wednesday, 103-102. Francis Marion won in 3 overtimes. Bryce Beamer had a impressive 2-pointer there at the buzzer. I believe it was in double overtime to send it to a 3rd overtime. It's now a foul as Cullen grabbed a hold of Marlo Gilmore Jr. on his way to the bucket. So Cullen picks up his first foul, and another change for Francis Marion already as Adonis Cole checks in for Rollins. Patriots going to their bench quite a bit here early. This is Numeros working on Cullen. Stripped away. Loose, out of bounds, and Patriot basketball. So the points are really the statistic that stands out for Francis Marion on both sides of the ball. They are very good at rebounding the basketball on the offensive glass, which is a strength of King as well. The top two teams in offensive rebounding in the conference as Turner comes away with a steal. See a lot of second chance opportunities. Turner drives and earns a trip to the line. We got some jawing going on here between Kenny Turner and Gilmore Jr. So Kenny at the line. He's got 2 points already. Turner has really been rounding into shape here as Cam George checks in for Jordan McCall. Of course, Turner missed a lot of last year. He missed the final 8 games of the year, including that tournament game against Francis Marion where the Patriots were victorious. King went 1-7 without Kenny last year. And so King certainly glad to have him back. He's playing a little bit. He's starting to look a little bit more like the Kenny that we saw in his freshman year. King up by 2. Numeros dumped down. Gilmore Jr. leaves his 2 short. King the other way, and whoa, airmail. And Coach Gillespie over here on the sideline playing the role of conductor, saying, all right, let's calm it down a little bit. You can tell there is an energy in the building. We've got a nice crowd on hand on this Saturday afternoon, and King, recognizing this is a game that they're going to be able to get some points, they're going to be able to get to the bucket. Maybe a little too much energy here as Coach instructs them to kind of calm down a little. Beamer, another 3. Not good this time. It's loose, and Gilmore Jr. spins it in for 2. Gilmore Jr., a transfer from Western Carolina. As Beasley holds onto that pivot foot and buries it. Amarius with 4 early points. Normally known for his defense and passing. Today he's grabbed some early points, and King leads by 2. Cullen trying to stay with Numeros. Pass knocked away. Cullen comes away with it. King with some numbers. Cullen hangs, no whistle as Cullen hits the deck. Jakes Jr. being hounded. 3 white King jerseys in the area. And Beamer launches another 3. Got it! Beamer, second in the conference in points per game, only trailing K.J. Jones, the elite scorer of Emmanuel. Beamer can really pile them up. Turner, his 2. Ripped down by Numeros. Now Cullen with a steal and an easy 2. King leads by 1. 15 minutes to go. Cullen gets his hand on another ball. Out of bounds, and now it's thrown away by Jakes Jr., who tries to throw it off of Cullen, but Cullen was able to avoid it. So King, a nice start. They lead by 1. Just under 15 to go. We'll be right back on the Tornado Sports Network. Send us a text at 276-696-6984. We've already had a couple messages in the game. Hello to Jordan McCall's aunt, Diane, from Virginia Beach. As Kenny Turner puts up a 2 and no good. And here comes Francis Marion the other way. Watara, full head of steam, loses it. Beasley into the paint. He's stripped out of bounds, and King keeps the basketball. Wanted to also shout out Kenny Turner's mom, Tracy, who says normally when she texts us, she says she's checking in from Coral Springs, Florida. Today, she says she's checking in courtside Bristol. As George launches a 2, gets his own rebound, and Beasley keeps it alive. So Tracy here in the gym today. Feel free to stop by Tracy and say hello. Here's a 3 from Cam George. Picking up where he left off against Belmont Abbey, where he went 3 of 6 from 3. And King leads 18-14. Willie Patterson III has also checked into the game for Francis Marion as they dip into their bench quite a bit here. Jakes Jr., a three contested, ripped down by Pocknet, and here he comes off the bounce. Pocknet into the paint, loses it, and out of bounds. Looked like Cole picked it up, and his foot was on the line. So here comes Tion Rollins again. I really think those might be the brightest shoes I have ever seen. It literally looks like he's got two highlighters on his feet. So nice shoe game for Tion Rollins. Beasley finds George. Now Pocknet, he'll launch one. Loose ball collected, thrown ahead. Here's Beamer with some space. Gives it up, and Ouattara rolls it in. First bucket of the day for Ibrahim Ouattara. Cam George, that is the third airmailed pass for King in the game. And all Coach Gillespie can do is smile, I'll tell you. If you're sitting in the first row or two here on either side, you are in danger, it seems. So King has 3 turnovers in the game, and all 3 of them were passes that were launched over the head of a teammate. So I'm sure they'll settle it down a little bit here. But as I said, a nice energy in the gym today. Josh Jackson has checked in for King. He did not play against Belmont Abbey. He will bring something defensively for this King team against some of these elite offensive threats for the Patriots. Only 4 on the shot clock. Given up at the last moment, and Gilmore Jr. lays it off the square, and we're tied at 18. Cullen launches a 3. And a long rebound to Tion Rollins. Rollins, no-look pass inside. Ouattara. And Cullen able to clear it. Fantastic pace here early. Turner. Nice look, Jackson, and he can't cash in as it kicks right off of his foot there. A no-look pass by Kenny. Jackson just mishandles it a little. A call is back in for George. This is the 6th time these teams have played in their history. Francis Marion has won 4 of the 5. King won the very first one, but 4 in a row since for Francis Marion. Rollins takes it himself, nearly scores. A call skies for the rebound. Weaves his way through the Patriot defense. The call guarded closely by Cole. He rises from the elbow. Cullen, the rebound off the deflection, and 2 for Seth Cullen. He's got 4 points. And now Cole in transition. Short on the layup attempt. Turner a long 2. Banks home for Kinney, and he gives the old Michael Jordan shrug there on his way back down the floor. Didn't mean to do that, but hey, it works, right? King up 4. Turner takes some contact from Beamer, pulls up along the baseline, no good. Beamer gets his own rebound and kicks it off to Cole. Back inside, and we've got a foul. So we've got a media timeout here with 22-18. Our score King out in front. We'll be right back on the Tornado Sports Network. Love to hear from you. Exciting start to the ball game as a couple free throws coming for Bryce Beamer. Beamer has 6 points today, both on 3-pointers. And the first one rolls home for him. Beamer is a first-team all-conference performer from last year when he averaged nearly 17 points a game and 6 rebounds. He scored double digits in each and every game this year, and he's well on his way as he is now up around 8 points. So 2-point game. Dammy Farrenloy has checked in. His 3 airmails. Got a little piece of the net there. Josh Jackson back out there for King as well as they bring some pressure here into the backcourt. Beamer being hounded, gets it across just in time to Patterson. Beamer guarded by Jackson. I bet you'll see this matchup quite a bit for King today. And a jumper by Gilmore Jr. Misses off to the side. King with a chance to add to their lead. Turner into the paint. Up and under. And a couple free throws on the foul. Foul called on Willie Patterson III. His first. So Kenny's got 6 points. Missed by Turner there. Kenny had 13 points and 9 rebounds against Belmont Abbey earlier this week. Had 9 points, 13 rebounds against Western Carolina in an exhibition game right before the new year. So he is right around a double-double pretty much every game here lately. As that one out of bounds off the foot of Patterson, a turnover. Number 7 for Francis Marion, as now Cullen checks in for Kenny Turner. Halfway mark of the first half. We've had a good one here early as King leads at 22-20. See if Pocknet goes to work here. Spins. Watara draws the contact and the foul. Mikael Pocknet, an impressive freshman here for the Tornado. He struggled a little bit around the basket lately. He is a big body. He works his way inside quite often. And just had some trouble finishing at the rim. It's not just him. King as a team has kind of been struggling right around the basket, trying to finish through contact. That's something that's been a theme in the last couple games and in our conversations with Coach Gillespie. So to see Mikael get in there, score, and draw the free throw, that's good to see, and hopefully a sign of things to come. Seth Cullen has checked out of the game. I'm assuming there's maybe some blood on his jersey that is getting cleaned up, so Cam George checks in for him. Pocknet unable to cash in on the three-point play, but King does lead by 4. This is Rollins. McCall tries to stick with him. 3 ball short. Rollins gets his own rebound. This is Jakes Jr. now. Good defense by Cam George. And Francis Marion resets. Rollins with 5 seconds on the shot clock. He's got to force one up. He doesn't see it. Shot clock violation, and King's bench loves it. That got King's bench up on their feet there, coaching staff included. Not sure if Rollins was aware of the shot clock ticking down there or not. Josh Jackson spins into the paint, kicks to a call. contact. The call somehow keeps his dribble alive. Uh-oh. Look out, folks. Gilmore can dunk, baby. What a move by Gilmore in a game. That is not an in-game dunk. Not even sure what you call that one there. Talk more about Gilmore's dunks later. Pocknet up and under. Tough two. Misses. Loose ball. Here comes Rollins. A call. Got a piece of it and put back in by Willie Patterson. Tie ball game. George trying to change that. His three off to the side. Francis Marion out in transition. It's Watara. Open three, Jakes Jr. And Francis Marion has the lead, 27-24. That's 6 points for Jakes Jr. Both teams shooting right at 50% today. A call, takes an extra dribble. His three short. Here comes Gilmore Jr. again, look out! Whew. Gilmore Jr. is extremely athletic. One great dunker, transfer from Western Carolina. We'll talk more about another one of his dunks later as we got a whistle here. It'll be King basketball. A little bit of a run here. 9-0 run for Francis Marion over the last couple minutes. And they lead this game by 5. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back on the Tornado Sports Network. It was a practice dunk, but still, he jumped from the free throw line and did a windmill and threw it down with ease. Saw that video last night in prepping for this game and thought, if he gets an opening, you better watch out, and that's what we've already seen. And now Cullen steps on the out-of-bounds line. This Francis Marion team has got quite a few guys we've talked about. Rollins, Beamer, and Gilmore. Those are the big three. They're all three averaging around 15 points a game or more. They all kind of score in different ways. Obviously, Gilmore right around the rim. He almost dunks everything he shoots. Coming into today, he had made 22 of his last 23 shots. I mean, just really impressive stuff. Beamer can score from anywhere on the floor. Rollins gets a lot of his points in transition off steals. This is a dangerous offensive team that King has got to play every possession defensively. Rollins, deep three. And Turner grabs a board. Turner hits the deck. No foul. All kinds of bodies on the floor here. Pocknet working his way inside. His fadeaway blocked by Gilmore Jr. Rollins, bounce pass inside. Reverse layup goes by Willie Patterson III. And Francis Marion continues on this run that they've been on here in the last couple of moments. We saw Belmont Abbey in a similar point in the game against King have a run like this, and King couldn't halt it. And ultimately, that's why King couldn't get back in the game in enough time. Can King do that today? Pocknet three. No. George a rebound, but a foul on Farrenloy on the rebound. Watara returns for the Patriots along with Adonis Cole. A call back in there for King. And now Beamer checks back in. So this is a big point in the game. Again, remember we told you earlier, King was down by 21 against Belmont Abbey on Wednesday. They were down, I think it was 15 or so with just a few minutes to go and nearly had a furious comeback. But they had dug themselves too big of a hole to come all the way back. And that was, I think, maybe a 27-5 run, if I'm remembering correctly, that Belmont Abbey had to close out the half in the first half as Jakes Jr. lays it in. So this is that moment in the game. King's got to put a halt to it. A call, his three. Rebounded by Cole. Jakes Jr., step back three. Batted around, it's still loose. Turner has it momentarily, and a foul. See who they get here. And it's Beamer, his first. So King down 9 at the moment. Going to want to cut into this deficit a bit here as we approach the final few minutes before the half. Pocknet does it himself, 2 no good. Turner another try, bullies his way to the rim and scores. Kenny Turner, 8 points, 3 boards. He's playing tough. Give him actually 4 rebounds now with that putback. Beamer, a long one. And Turner grabs rebound number 5. A call behind the back move. And a jump ball. Gives it back to the Patriots as Beasley returns for King. Watara all the way to the cup, and he lays it home. And Francis Marion showing off their offensive prowess. Backdoor pass, Cullen, easy 2. Nice pass from Kenny. He's doing it all, folks. Give him an assist on that bucket. 6 points for Seth. Watara working on Kenny Turner now. Beamer with Pocknet behind it. Beamer rises. Nice defense by Pocknet. That's a foul on Adonis Cole. And that sends us to another media timeout. King is within 7. We'll see if they can get a little closer before the half when we return on by 7. Again, the story coming into today. Francis Marion, they really can pile on the points. They lead the conference in points per game. They are also excellent at taking the basketball away. They're second in the conference in steals. So they get a lot of possessions, extra possessions that way. That's how they get a lot of their points. Not only that, they're just a good offensive team. So they're going to keep coming. King's going to have to keep up with the pace if they want to be in this one. Pocknet dishes it off at the last moment. Pocknet in the corner now. 5 on the shot clock. A long pass deflected out of bounds. 3 seconds to get off a shot. Amarius Beasley shouts out to his teammates. They've only got a few seconds to get one off here. Pocknet. 1 dribble. The 3 is up. And a shot clock violation. King with some pressure here. Adonis Cole across half court. Now Watara spins into the paint. Scoop shot with the left hand. Nice move by the junior from the Bronx. Ibrahim Watara. He's got 6, and the lead is back up to 9. Pocknet along the baseline. Blocked by Watara. Out of bounds. And it stays right here. King still shooting 40% from the field. Cullen a 3. Way too much on it. Thrown ahead. Here's another chance for Gilmore. Throws it back into Beamer. He's blocked. Nice play by Pocknet. Anytime Gilmore Jr. gets a leak there, you start to wonder what the next highlight dunk will look like. But nice recovery there by King. Ball knocked away by Beasley. Pocknet moving forward. His step through and one. Count the basket for Pocknet. He sent Beamer flying. Thought for a moment we might have seen a charge call there. But that instead is the second foul on Bryce Beamer and a chance for a three-point play for Mikel Pocknet. That is a massive, massive call there. As Coach Zender for the Patriots asking for an explanation. Pocknet short. Turner gets it back and another foul. And that's going to be free throws for Kenny Turner, with that being the 8th foul here on Francis Marion in the half. So this could potentially be a 4-point possession for King. And Beamer's going to take a seat likely for the rest of this half here with 2 fouls. More changes here as Rollins returns for Francis Marion. Kenny Turner off to a great start. 8 points, 6 rebounds, a pair of steals, and an assist as well. 1-1, and it rolls in. Pretty nice job defensively by King. Francis Marion shooting 50%. That's not something they'll be happy about, but this is a team that averages 90 points a game, and thus far King has played good enough defense to be right in it here as we approach the final minutes of the first half. 6-point ball game. A Cole may have gotten away with a travel there as Watara in the paint. Floater rolls in. Watara's got 8 points, one of 4 Patriots with exactly 8 points. That is a team lead for them. So a nice balanced approach offensively. Beasley in trouble, finally gets it to a call. Extra pass, Cullen steps into a 3. There's a big shot for Seth Cullen. 9 points for the freshman, and it is a 5-point game. And a timeout called by the Patriots as Coach Zender wants a chance to for you so far. 5-point game. Francis Marion has the basketball with a minute 18 to go here in the first half. And good defense by King as they try to get a 5-second call. Nearly had one. The effort has certainly been there on the defensive end for King, as Jakes loses the handle, nearly steps on the half-court line, but launches a 3. Rebounded by Patterson. It's still loose. Shot clock should reset. Cullen blocks Watara, and here comes King the other way. What a scramble that was. A call steps into a 3. Bang! 2-point game at halftime. 40 seconds to go. Of course, that may change here with the pace here with these two teams. Patterson, he's fouled, and he'll have a chance to grab a couple points here. So 34 ticks until the half. King has come storming back. This has been a game of runs. Francis Marion had a big run earlier in the game to stretch their lead to 9. King in the midst right now of a 9-2 run with 34 seconds to go in the first half. So we talked about the response by King. Belmont Abbey had that big run the other night. King didn't really respond until the second half. Well, now they've made it a little bit easier on themselves as Patterson misses the free throw. 78% shooter at the line is Patterson, so rare miss for him. Playing a lot more in this game than he has over the last couple. And 0 for 2 by Patterson, but a long rebound by Cole, but he steps out of bounds. So now Coach Gillespie says, I want to take my timeout so I don't lose it. And overs in the game for King, which is huge with how well Francis Marion does at taking the basketball away. And King is leading the second chance points as well, 10-6. So those are some of the things that they had to get fixed if they were going to have some success. And they've done it. So Beasley about to get a trap here. See a smile by Jakes Jr. ready to attack. Beasley hands it off near side. This is a call. Trying to find space. Only 4 to get off a shot. A call puts one up. It rolls home. We're tied at 39. And that is our halftime score. So how about that first half? As King, points are there to be had for King. And we know Francis Marion is going to score. And if the second half is anything like half number 1, we should be in for a treat here on the Tornado Sports Network. Chris Mangrum on the call with you. We are looking forward to this one. 20 minutes to decide a winner here from Bristol. Pocknet slices inside. And his bucket goes to give King a 2-point lead. 8 points from Mikel Pocknet and a good start for King in the second half. Their first lead since around the midway mark there in the first half. Back door. Oh, and an oop to Marlo Gilmore Jr. Here's a set play right off of the halftime break. Thought I might have seen Coach Gillespie give a thumbs up to Francis Marion's coach on that play design. Tie game, a call. His 3 short, gets his own rebound. His putback is blocked. No one grabs the ball. What do we have? Offensive foul. A lot of contact under the rim there. As Pocknet picks up his second foul. This second half has started out much like the first half. Kind of back and forth, a lot of energy. Should have a really competitive one for you here down the stretch. In what is a game that I think both these teams feel like they really need. Long 3, rattles out Willie Patterson. A call, full head of steam. Kicks out. And now Beasley loses the handle. And a nice bounce pass to Beamer, who cashes in for 2. You don't see Beasley turn it over too much. I think the ball just slipped right out of his hand. Here's Turner posting up on Gilmore. Fadeaway. And, just rolls right out, and Beasley can't get to it. That shot has been right in Kenny's repertoire here over the last couple games. Kind of so much so that it surprised me that it didn't go down. Two-point game as Rollins brings it across. Rollins downhill and scores off the window. And a delay of game warning issued, I believe, to Francis Marion there after the made bucket. Coach Gillespie told us at the break this would probably be a game of runs. As now Jakes Jr. steps in front of the pass and lays it in for 2. And here comes a little run, a little spurt here by Francis Marion. 8-0 run by the Patriots. And now they're back out in front by a few possessions. Pocknet inside, kick out to a call. Got it! Cuts the lead in half quickly. Francis Marion the other way. And a foul on Beasley. You got to be careful when Gilmore gets out with a full head of steam. So probably a good foul there by Beasley to make sure he didn't have 2 easy points. Gilmore is a 67% shooter at the line, so probably good odds there to make him earn a couple at the free throw stripe. First one missed by Gilmore Jr. We told you earlier about the viral dunk that went out. If you just search Marlo Gilmore Jr., you'll see it pop up. Is some guys just standing around at Western Carolina, and he pulls this windmill dunk where he leapt from the free throw line. It looks like it's fake. Like, if that's how insane it was, it looks like it's fake. So look that up. Pretty incredible stuff. 4-point game. Pocknet downhill, inside, gets his own rebound, and a foul. The King bench, I'll tell you, if they hadn't gotten a whistle there, I think they would have exploded. Pocknet working hard. Now, that's the 3rd foul on Beamer. So anytime you score 20 points a game, he's currently sitting at 21.6, and you pick up that 3rd foul early in the half, they may be taking him to the bench here as Ibrahim Ouattara checks in. If you're King, you got to like your chances a lot more when Bryce Beamer's not on the floor, with how well he can shoot, with how well he can score. So perhaps that was in the plan in the second half, to go after Beamer, maybe get him in foul trouble. It's now a 3-point game. Can King grab the lead here with Beamer off the floor? Ouattara, being hounded, turns it over. Pocknet, and a bit too much for a call. And there's another turnover. We talked about some of those turnovers. King did a pretty decent job in the first half not turning it over, outside of those airmail passes and stepping on the out-of-bounds line. Just kind of little stuff. And Coach said he was okay with some of those. Obviously, he wants his team to calm down, but they were trying to push it ahead a little. Maybe some unforced errors, if you will. Inside, this is Patterson. Spins on a call. Gets his own rebound, short again, and a call grabs a rebound. He's under a lot of pressure and somehow picks it back up. A call, dishes off to Turner, and Turner's got a couple free throws. Second foul on Tion Rollins. Turner cashes in on the first. Turner up to 10 points and 6 rebounds. Boy, did King miss him. One for 2 this trip. 2-point game. Jakes inside, off the square. Coach Gillespie talked about getting in on those straight line drives. Beasley, his shot altered, still loose. Cullen, a long rebound, finds Turner, and one. Nice shot fake there by Turner to get his defender up in the air and get a potential 3-point play. King trails by 2. Kenny Turner will try to make it a 1-point throw try here to add to his total. Would be a game high. And he does so. So a 1-point game. Kenny's got a baker's dozen. And King nearly forces a 5-second inbounds call here. Adonis Cole gives it off. Ouattara works on Pocknet. Rises on the turnaround. Loose. Turner grabs the rebound. Seven boards for Kenny. He could be in double-double territory shortly. Paquette spins, hangs, and earns a trip to the line. Third foul on Ibrahim Ouattara. So Ouattara came in and checked in for Bryce Beamer, who has 3 fouls. He's currently on the bench. Now Ouattara's got 3 fouls. So Francis Marion may be in a little bit of foul trouble here with 15 minutes to go, as Miguel Paquette has a chance to give King the lead. And we're tied. Paquette in double digits, 10 points for him. Interesting comment made by Coach Gillespie at halftime. Talked about stretching his guys out a little bit more. It seems like he's leaning in a little bit more with his original group. There's only been 8 players hit the floor for King in this game, as Paquette misses the second free throw. But, King is really hounding the Patriots, making them work. They nearly get a 10-second call there, as Jakes gets it across just in time. They dish it inside to Gilmore. And out of bounds, stepped right on the line. It's happening on both sides. I'm not sure. A spatial awareness thing. Jakes put his heel right on that out of bounds line. Seen both teams do that today. So here comes Beamer now. So Francis Marion took Ouattara off the floor with 3 fouls. Now Beamer's got 3 fouls. You've got to wonder if King is going to try to attack Beamer a little bit here. Turner inside. Guarded by Gilmore. It's loose, and what do we have? A jump ball is the call, and it goes to Francis Marion. So all tied up at 50. Been an extremely even game. Both teams with 5 threes. Both teams shooting a similar percentage. Patterson gets it to go in the foul. Foul goes on Seth Cullen. That's his second. Now, Patterson had only played 5 minutes over the last 2 contests for Francis Marion, which you would assume, especially since they had a triple overtime game against Mount Olive the other day, they were probably needing all hands on deck. So not sure why he's getting a lot more run now than he was originally, or at least in the last couple games. But he's out there getting quite a bit of time today, as he's up around 16 minutes now. 2-point game. Patriots lead. Paquette splits the defense. Goes up. And a jump. King basketball. King wanted a foul there on the swipe, but the official says that Francis Marion had the basketball there. Cullen was wide open off that inbounds pass. And it was kicked there by Adonis Cole off the inbound. So conversation happening here with our officials. Not sure if that is a shot clock. Yes, shot clock issue. So they push it back to 20 seconds now after the kickball. You see that in the front court a lot on a kickball. It goes to 20. So King gets a few extra seconds to work with as a call hounded in the corner on the trap. And out of bounds, King ball. Good defense there by Francis Marion not to pick up a foul. And now King has to inbound it in front of their own bench here. Again, King has really leaned on their starters in this game. They brought in 3 players off the bench, but they've played very sparingly. We'll see what that means for King down the stretch. Beasley finds space inside. His 2 no good. Turner tried the putback attempt but couldn't get a handle on the basketball. Into the front court. Gilmore. And Beasley knocks it away. It goes right to the hands of Gilmore. Open three, Cole. A call with the rebound. Leaking out is Pocknet. He's got a chance for two. Oh, is Mikkel okay? Mikkel landed hard on that right arm. That's a big man going to the floor hard. He did earn a trip to the line. I think Coach Gillespie's asking for maybe an intentional foul. But that does not seem to be in the cards. The foul is on Willie Patterson. Keep in mind, Pocknet landed on that right arm, that right shoulder. So we'll see if that affects his free throw shooting. And I guess he's okay. Free throw goes for Mikkel. He's got 11. You just get the vibe that these two teams, of course, they want to win every game they play. But this one just seems really important for both of these teams. King is still looking for their first conference win. And Francis Marion, they've given up a lot of points defensively. They're 4-8 overall, 2-2 in the conference. You can see why this is an important game, and King really needs to grab one here. Tie ball game, 13 minutes to go. Patterson slips, bats it to Beamer. Oh, and a foul is called. Cullen was sure that he picked up a jump ball, and that's the third foul on Cullen. Gillespie really hoping for the jump there, but ends up, Cullen grabbed the arm of Beamer. So Cam George checks in for Cullen. Inbound to Cole and a foul on Beasley. Fifth foul on King in the half. And now the fouls are even on both sides. Beasley's got 2 himself. It's going to be really interesting to see free throw wise if this stays close to the end. Neither team have shot free throws well today. Neither team is above 60% free throw wise. And now another foul on Amarius. That's his third. So here comes Farrenloy to check in for Beasley with his 3 fouls. Next foul will put Francis Marion at the line. So we're about to that point of the game where the free throw shooting is going to matter quite a bit. Handoff underneath. Skipped out. Beamer for 3. Got it. Patriots lead by 3. Pocknet going to work. Spinning inside. 2. No good. Pocknet saw a mismatch there. Tried to do it himself. Couldn't cash in. Here's a drive to the bucket. Oh, my. That foul on Mikkel Pocknet. Coach Gillespie says that's five fouls in a row, I think. And I think, yeah, he's right. It was 5-2. 5-2 was the foul count a little bit ago, and now it's 7-5 King. So, at least, 2 free throws here on the shot attempt. Jakes Jr., the free throw shooter, he's a 46% shooter at the line. Josh Jackson checks in for Pocknet. So now Beamer checks out as well for Francis Marion. We've got several players on the bench with 3 fouls right now. King has Pocknet, Cullen, and Beasley, 3 of their 5 starters on the bench. Francis Marion has chosen to sit Beamer and Watara. Both have, Watara is out there. So Watara, the only player on the floor with 3 or more fouls at the moment. So 14 points for Jakes Jr. Francis Francis Marion leads by 5. Farrenloy up and under. Reverse layup. No good from Farrenloy. And now a call knocks this one out of bounds. The Patriots on a little 5-0 run in about 70 seconds or so. And as Coach told us at half, likely to continue to be a game of runs here. So see if King can stop it here. This is a turnover. Jackson's got Kinney. Now back to Jackson, back to Turner, and it's a 2. 57-54, and we've got a player down. Jakes Jr. is down on the. Love to hear from you. Again, send us a message on our text line 276-696-6984 and say hello. And a turnover right off the jump. And that was Tion Rollins who he went one way, the pass went the other way, and King gets a free possession here on the turnover. Turnover number 14 for Francis Marion. King trails by 3. King has brought Turner and Cullen back on the floor with 3 fouls, and now a foul inside on Willie Patterson. That's his 3rd foul. So we'll see how this thing goes, but it wouldn't be a shock if we start really seeing some foul trouble be a major issue. Cullen in the corner, poked away by Jakes, out of bounds. Cam George off the inbound. His 2. Rattles around and out. Turner put back. No. Still loose. Thrown ahead in our direction and out of bounds. I almost was able to catch that pass. That nearly hit our booth over here along the near side. Another turnover for Francis Marion. George hits the floor, loses a shoe. It's loose at half court. George has one shoe on, a foul, and it rolls around and down. Jake Zender especially liked that play. You could tell on the sideline there. Excuse me, it wasn't George that lost a shoe. It was Willie Patterson. As he's trying hard to get that Adidas shoe back on his foot there. So Watara, a chance for a 3-point play. And he cashes in. So the lead grows to 6. Still within reach for King. Don't want to let it get too far out of reach. You want to keep it within a couple possessions if you can. Turner. Bounce past Cullen, and it's off of Francis Marion. Four players in double digits for the Patriots. Leading the way is Jakes Jr. for Francis Marion with 14. As the inbound pass trying to find Cullen, out of bounds again. King keeps it. Kenny Turner having a big game for King. 15 points, 9 rebounds. Mikael Potnet has 12, and Jordan McCall has 11. Seth Cullen, his 2 no good. Put back no, and a long rebound. Missed opportunity for the Tornado. As here come the Patriots in transition. Watara, out of bounds, King ball. So Jordan McCall returns in place of Seth Cullen. As King tries to find that right mix here to try to get back in this one and take the lead. Good defense by Francis Marion. Farrenloy goes baseline, kicks. Cam George, open 3. And a long rebound goes to Jakes Jr., who slows it up. Kings had some good looks, just haven't been able to get the shots to fall. Great defense by Cam George to keep that ball in bounds. And what do we have here? We've got a foul on Francis Marion, Tion Rollins, his third. Must have been a late whistle there. There was a lot of contact. Not sure what was going on there, but finally they ruled that Rollins committed the foul. So Kenny Turner heads to the line. Turner, 15 points, 9 boards. 1-and-1 situation. Drains the first. Two for two for Kenny. 4-point game. Watara, full head of steam, and a foul. Two shots coming for Ibrahim Watara. Watara, originally a D1 commit, went to Fairleigh Dickinson, which, if you recall, made some noise in the NCAA tournament last year. Then transferred to Miami-Dade College, and now finds himself at Francis Marion. Pretty good free throw shooter, up around 80% on the year. And 13 points today for Watara. The lead is 6 at the halfway mark of the second half. We saw King come back from down 21 against Belmont Abbey on Wednesday and lose by 3. And wow, a foul on Dammy Farrenloy. Says he slid in there. The second foul on him. So double bonus the rest of the way on any foul committed by King. Jakes Jr. dribbling, puts one up over top of Turner, and now a foul on Josh Jackson as Beamer goes up for the rebound. And so 2 free throws coming for Bryce Beamer. Beamer's got 13 points. Again, we told you he averages around 21 a game. 76% free throw shooter. Today, just 2 of 2 on his only trip to the line. Pocknet returns for King, and Kenny Turner takes a seat. Again, with Francis Marion's offensive prowess, you got to be careful not to let this thing get too far away from you. The lead is now 8. Neither team has led by double digits in this game. The largest lead, Francis Marion, led by 9 with 2:21 to go in the first half before King went on a run to tie it up at halftime. A call. No foul on the contact. Pocknet rebound, and it goes. There's that offensive rebounding working for King on the second chance opportunity. Pocknet's got 14. The lead is 6 with 9 to play. Hand off Watara. Cut off by Jackson. Dribbles it off his foot. Rollins picks it up. Open 3. Patterson. Loose into the arms of Farrenloy, and a whistle, and a good call there on a foul. I think that was maybe Jakes that was a bit aggressive on the rebound there. That's only his first foul. So free throws coming here for King, a chance to cut it within 4. Farron Loy, the shooter. Rough year at the line for Farron Loy, especially in a 1-and-1. Really needs to get this first one. And got it. Coming into today, Farron Loy only 3 of 11 at the free throw line. That's 27%. Again, that's not a super high sample size, but still. Anytime you're 27%, good to see that first one go in. And how about 2 for 2? That percentage probably just jumped by about 20 points. First 2 points of the day for Farron Loy, and it's back within 4. Under 9 to go. This has been a pretty tight game throughout, as Rollins goes into the paint and lays it home with the finger roll. A call steps into one from the logo and drains it. 3-point game. A call's got 14. Dish to Beamer inside. His 2 short. Putback goes. We're kind of entering that point of the game where we thought there'd be a lot of points in this game back and forth, and it's going back and forth right now as both teams trying to find some more buckets. Josh Jackson tries a 3. And a rebound by Cole. Into the front court, a 2 and a foul. Jakes Jr. That draws a fist pump by Bryce Beamer. And that feels like a massive play as we get ready for our media timeout. Francis Marion back up by 7. A chance to stretch it to 8 when we return on the Tornado Sports Network. On the bench for a while. So Francis Marion, a chance to take it to an 8-point game. Jakes Jr. 2 for 2 at the line today. And make that 3 for 3. The lead is 8. 17 points for Jakes Jr. and King still right there, but you can't really have a lapse offensively. Can't have a stretch where you're not scoring too many points. Pocknet tries a 3. Rattles around. Beamer grabs the rebound under pressure. Good defense by King. Cullen gets a hand on it. Now Francis Marion fighting the shot clock. They get across in time. There's an alley-oop. Gilmore Jr. puts it down. And for the first time today, Francis Marion leads by double digits. Farron Loy inside. His 2 misses. Long rebound. Gilmore Jr. And here is that danger zone for King. Rollins going one-on-one with Cullen. A step-back 3, and it's a 13-point lead. Coach Gillespie wants a timeout. 5 to stretch this thing out from a 3-point game to a 13-point game. And after Coach Gillespie calls a timeout here, we'll see what kind of adjustments King can make. We know that you can score on Francis Marion, as many teams have this year. To see what King decides to do. They've tried to send it inside to Seth Cullen, but Cullen can't get up as Rollins was in there defending him. So a turnover for King. That's 16 of them in the game. Rollins in the paint. Cullen sticking with him. Good defense there. Offensive rebound. Put back by Jakes Jr. And the lead grows to 15. A call downhill. Gets his own rebound. And a foul on, is that on Beamer? No, it's on Jakes. Clearing out under the basket. His second. So free throws coming for King here. So Kenny Turner back to the line where he's been pretty good today. 7 of 11. 17 points and 9 rebounds for him. It is 1-1, as that's the 9th foul on Francis Marion. And Turner makes the first. Kenny's got 18. Second one up and good for Kenny. He's done a much better job at the free throw line here today than his average. 13-point lead. Rollins dumps it off. Beamer. 2 goes. It seems as if Francis Marion is getting almost anything they want right now. Pocknet working on Beamer. Nearly a try for a 3-point play. That ball could not decide if it wanted to go down or not. But that is the 4th foul on Beamer with 5:37 to go. A bit surprised King hasn't gone after him a little more with the foul trouble, as Gilmore Jr. prepares to check back in for Beamer, who will sit with 4 fouls. Pocknet misses the first. King was able to have a lot of success earlier when Beamer was not on the floor. So if you're going to make your run to try to get back in it, perhaps this is that moment. Pocknet goes 1 of 2. He's got 15 points, and King turns up the heat defensively, needing to put together several consecutive stops, and that won't help as Cullen picks up his 4th foul, which leads to a couple free throws here for Willie Patterson. Again, Patterson a 78% shooter. First one goes. Patterson's got 7 points. Francis Marion has 5 players in double digits today. And 2 for 2. Coach Gillespie leaves Seth Cullen on the floor with 4 fouls, so keep that in mind. Largest lead of the day for Francis Marion. A call. Deep 3. Got it. Hits the floor. No whistle, but a big shot to cut it back to 13. A call's up to 19 points. Jakes Jr. working on Cullen, and that's 5 on Seth. So Cam George checks in for Cullen. Cullen knew he had 4 fouls. He was trying to stay straight up. He felt like he did. Jakes Jr. cashes in on the first free throw. Patterson takes a seat. Cole checks in for the Patriots. And 2 for 2. Here comes Beamer back in the game. Watara checks out. It's a 15-point lead for Francis Marion. Jakes has 21 points. That's a game high. A call around the corner. Drives. That's a foul on Beamer. That's 5, and he's out of the game. So King and Francis Marion have players foul out consecutively. Beamer goes over and shakes the hand of Coach Jason Gillespie on his way out of the game. A call now with 21 points. And a chance to add on as he's trying his best to keep King in the game. And that is a career high in points for Jordan McCall. Give him 22. It's a 12-point game, under 5 to go. Both teams a little undermanned here to finish this one, but we saw King fight against Belmont Abbey to get back in it. They'll need another one of those efforts here, but first, more free throws coming as they get Cam George for the hold. So Jake's back to the line. Remember, we told you 46% shooter coming into today, but today he's 5 of 5, so he's found a little something at the line today, making it look quite easy. 10 of 22 before today's game, and now 6 in a row. And Jakes finally misses one. The lead is 13. See what King can find here. They need a little bit of a run. Beasley under a lot of pressure. His pass knocked away, looking for Turner underneath the basket. Turner power dribble. Fade away. Just not enough on it. Gilmore gets the rebound, but a jump ball goes back to King. First job for Kings to cut it to single digits here as Beasley looks to throw it in. George catch and shoot. Turner had it momentarily out of bounds and back to the Patriots. Rollins walks the basketball up the floor here as Francis Marion, double-digit lead here, looking to put the finishing touches on a win. King trying to find something to make things interesting in the final few minutes. Jakes into the paint, drops the basketball, and rolls out of bounds. You get the feeling that King needs just a couple baskets in a row to try to get a little momentum going. Francis Marion is right about at their average per game in points in terms of points scored, right around 90 or so. So they'll likely get there. A call rises for two, in and out. Cole finds his point guard Rollins, and Francis Marion decides to be a little more deliberate with it here. Rollins, step back two. Not enough on it. Still loose. Cam George, this should be an easy two for Kenny. Career high in points for Kenny Turner with his mom in the stands. 21 for Kenny Turner. The lead is 11. Jakes Jr. backdoor lays it in. That's Gilmore Jr. again. An answer for Francis Marion. Beasley behind the back pass to Turner. Looking for help. And a foul on Jakes Jr., which will lead to a couple free throws for Cam George. So our final media timeout. Francis Marion up 13. King is in some trouble here. They need a big run, and it'll start with a few free throws perhaps, so pretty even. The difference being Francis Marion's made 16 shots this half. King's only made 9. So that is the big reason. Remember, we were tied at halftime by 39. So a big second half here by Francis Marion has given them some breathing room as Cam George tries to cash in with a couple free throws here. George had, before this game, had only been at the free throw line for 2 attempts this year, and he made both of them. And now we're going to see Eli Elston and Armando Sirius enter the game for the first time here as George goes 2 for 2. So Francis Marion believes that King's going to foul here because, as we said, Elston and Sirius haven't been in the game at all yet. They've got no fouls. 11-point game. We saw King in a similar position on Wednesday, and they were able to make it interesting at the end. What can they do today? Watsara pulls it out. Francis Marion seems content running some clock here as Elston looks to try to get the basketball. Elston is pretty good defensively, so we'll see if King can get a stop here. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Inside, Beasley fighting. The shot is short, still batted around, and it falls for Willie Patterson. Just an effort rebound by Patterson, who now has 10 points. That gives Francis Marion 6 players in double digits. Sirius lines up a 3. High rebound collected by Rollins. 13-point lead. And a foul on Turner. That's 2 on Kenny. So 2 free throws coming here for Francis Marion. Rollins back to the line. He's got 10 points today. These are his first free throws of the day. McCall and George return for King. Numeros, we saw him start the game for Francis Marion. He didn't really play a whole lot in the game, though. He's only played 6 minutes. Didn't really register anything. He got a rebound, but he's been on and off the floor. And a loose ball on the rebound collected by the Patriots. Pocknet pokes it away and out of bounds. Right in front of us. And another check-in here as Numeros returns for Francis Marion. Perhaps getting some free throw shooters on the floor here late. Expecting King to try to extend this game a little bit, and a timeout has been called. Remember, we were tied at halftime, 39 all. And it's behind some hot shooting. 17 of 28 for Francis Marion in the second half. That's right at 61%. As Numeros goes inside in a foul, he'll have to earn him at the line. Numeros was not guarded off the inbounds. They got it right back to him, and he got it to the cup there. Second foul on George. Camaro's a 74% free throw shooter. Likely the reason he's back out there on the floor. Got a great nickname. He's from the Czech Republic. They call him Greek Beast. Not too many nicknames better than that one, as he cashes in for a couple free throws and checks out of the game promptly. 16-point lead. Is King in desperation mode here in the final 2 minutes. Turner inside, his shot blocked by Gilmore Jr. King keeps the basketball, a call, catch and shoot. Not enough, puts it back in to extend his career high. 2 more points for Jordan. And what do we have? Timeout called by Francis Marion. Nearly a 5, King 36. Also, King only committed 5 fouls in the first half. They've committed 17 in the second half, which has given Francis Marion quite a few free throw opportunities. As now the Patriots will try to run a little clock here as King down to their last breath here. Rollins dribbles it off his foot. A chance for some points here quickly as Beasley goes up. His shot is blocked. Pocknet goes up for 2 and earns a trip to the line. 4 fouls on Willie Patterson. So Pocknet, he's got 15 points today, 7 rebounds and 3 assists, 5 of 10 at the charity stripe. If he makes this one, King will be down 12 with a minute or so to go. And he does. So, very similar spot to the other night. Again, what we saw against Belmont Abbey was almost unheard of. King coming back from that one and being within 3. But it's possible. We'll see. King needs a turnover. Francis Marion going to run some clock here. At this point, King doesn't need to foul. They're into the second half of this shot clock here. Rollins with it. Backdoor pass. Watara with the exclamation. 14-point lead, 15 points for Watara. A call, drives, easy 2, and a foul. So Jordan, according to our live stats here, Jordan's up to 26 points. The board here in the gym has him at 21, so I think the live stats are probably accurate. He's got 5 made threes today. Cashes in on 3-point play. It's an 11-point game. King's still fighting with 40 seconds to go. They need quite a few stops and quite a few buckets. And a foul on Kenny Turner to extend the game as Rollins will shoot the free throws. Francis Marion ended King's season last year in the conference tournament. That game 100-80. This one's been a little closer. Rollins an 85% free throw shooter. Rollins led the conference in steals per game last year. He's got a wealth of experience, over 1,000 points in his career. Shares the ball really well as well. And he extends it back to 13. Beasley steps into a 3 and airballs it. And that's going to do it. I think Coach Gillespie just called it off here. And Pocknet picks up a foul here late. 4th foul on Mikkel, but it doesn't really matter at this point as Francis Marion can feel it. And they are going to pull this one off here and move to 5-8 overall, 3-2 in the conference. And King is going to drop to 2-10, 0-5 in the conference. Still looking for that first conference win as Jakes looks to add to his point total. He's got 23. He's done a nice job on the floor tonight. Has Jakes 7 rebounds and 5 assists to go along with those 23 points. Another statistic for you, just Kenny Turner has picked up a double-double, 21 points and 10 rebounds for Kenny. So he's playing well. Jordan McCall obviously playing extremely well tonight, but it just wasn't enough against the high-powered offense of Francis Marion. Pocknet lays it in. 19 points for Mikkel. And Francis Marion should be able to dribble this one out. And a timeout called by the Patriots with 8 seconds to go. Caps King will find their first conference win on the road this year. McCall gets a steal here and grabs a dunk with 5 seconds to go. McCall up to 29 points. So an impressive day for him. And that'll do it for our ball game. Francis Marion defeats King 98-87 behind a